come a long way in the last few years, and one of the ways that has really helped me recently is using AI tools like ChatGPT to help me redesign my website. Now, this has long been something that I've tried ever since ChatGPT first came out, and I've also started using Claude, and I could never really get it what I wanted until now. So a couple of weeks ago, my platform of choice, Webflow, launched their new MCP, which allows AI tools to directly edit inside of their software without having to have a bridge or any type of connecting tool. So what I did was I tried it with Claude, still quite wasn't working the way that I wanted it. And then I tried it with ChatGPT and I was completely blown away. Mostly because ChatGPT now has a browser option where you can actually look at your website while it's being worked on by ChatGPT. So I'm basically vibe coding a live website that goes into a draft, then I click publish, it's actually live. Now, I have been building my own websites since I was in high school. I took a high school web design class, I took some in college. I have had a business for over a decade and I've always been my own website designer. I've used everything from WordPress to Squarespace, now using Webflow. And I have gone through so much training on what websites need, how they're structured. I have audited other people's websites. But I was never really a designer. I never really felt like I was really good at it. It was something that I learned, but it was never my skill set. So now, for the first time in my life, I feel actually really proud of the way that my website looks. I think it makes sense. And what's cool is AI did it all, in a sense. Obviously, I had set it up, I had structured it myself. AI went in and kind of cleaned it up, added all of the design things that I wanted, and just made it look and feel better. I love this. As somebody who's always been a self-designer, I'm able to actually make changes to my website that not only benefit me, but actually brings me more money. The amount of calls I've booked since changing my website has gone up so much, and I've only had it live for maybe a week. And so the organization and the layout has really improved my conversion rate, which before was a lot lower. I didn't really know what I was doing and it looked really bad. So now I'm so excited to send people to my website, which is so crazy. Today I'm gonna be walking you through how to do it. It's super simple. All you need are two things, a Webflow account and a ChatGPT Pro account. Because I will say it does take up some data, but I spent an entire day doing this and I never hit my limit on chat. And then I finally did. So I will say it does take up more data than some things, but it still did a lot of work without hitting the limits, which unfortunately happens a lot more with Claude. I have a Chat Pro account and then my Webflow, I pay I think $18 a month for my Webflow account. I obviously pay for my domain, which I use a combo of Squarespace and Cloudflare. That's just kind of how I use it. I buy it through Squarespace. I've always used to use Google Domain, so I just switched over to Squarespace when Google Domains was bought by Squarespace. And then I use Cloudflare to actually do my DNS, if you don't know what that is. So what's cool is I actually redirected my Notion Foundations course page back to my website instead of my ThriveCart checkout, which is what I had for a long time. I also use ThriveCart. I wish that ThriveCart could be used with this too. That would be amazing, but unfortunately it does not at this moment in time, maybe in the future. I also don't know what other apps ChatGPT has yet. I don't know if it works with WordPress or Squarespace. I feel like it could probably do some things, especially because there is a browser option, but Webflow is fully integrated with AI in terms of allowing ChatGPT and Claude to use their MCP to make changes from an CSS level, from an HTML level, design level. It's insane. If I really don't like something, I'll just tell it and it will change it. I've also had it start doing SEO audits on my website with metadata and all the things. I've also had it look through accessibility. I had it write me out a privacy policy page, which you obviously need, as well as a terms and conditions page, which again, you also need on your website. So all these things that I knew I needed and I just hadn't updated my website in a while. I hadn't really spent time on my website in a few years. I really went in and updated it and now it flows so well. I got my website done, I'm not kidding, in an afternoon. Literally, I went through every single page and I updated each page so it looked better, it was better designed. One thing to note is I do have a project inside of ChatGPT. So it has all the things I want, including my colors, my font, all the things that I want it to look like. So that's very, very important to have if you want to have sort of a project and have consistency across your web design process. I don't know why, but ChatGPT just worked better for me with this specific use case. I had tried it with Claude, and for some reason it was kind of clunky. And you obviously don't have the browser option, so you were kind of doing everything blind. I like having the browser option with ChatGPT, and it's very, very, very helpful. I'm gonna head in and do a little bit more showing you guys around, and it's really, really cool. I'll show you some of the prompts that I did, as well as just what I recommend a checklist for as you are doing this. So make sure to go check that out below. Make sure to join my Substack where I have a full walkthrough of how I did this. And let me know if you guys have any more questions. If you have a Webflow account, have you tried this ChatGPT hack? Because it is very, very powerful. Okay, so this is my website, which is on Chrome. So you can see here that I even have good SEO. I updated the favicon. I also created this logo in ChatGPT, which I think looks really good. But you can see here, I added all of the menus. I used to have like a huge menu and it was like way overwhelming. But then I really figured out, okay, what do I actually want on the menu? So now I have like different options. And what's cool is I have the menu consistent throughout the website, which before I had like a bunch of different menus. So you can see here that I have everything that I need. If you go to the book a call, that is consistent across. I love the way that this looks. And obviously this isn't a final version. This is honestly the first draft of my website, but I loved it so much I wanted it to be live. You can see I have like the main thing. So then I have options here, which is really cool. I have my Notion consulting page, which has now become, if you look at my analytics, my most viewed page. So I'm obviously going to add more to this, but it has my pricing. And again, the goal is to have them book a free call. I also have external links over to both of my newsletters. So all of this I made in ChatGPT, for example. So let's go into chat where I can show you exactly what it's doing. Actually, as we're doing this right now, I'm having it update SEO stuff for me. So let's just head into chat and I can show you how that works. Okay, so right now what I'm doing is I'm open to the right in Webflow, and I actually had it do an audit for me. So this is after I had done all the work of setting it up. If I scroll up, you'll see, if you scroll up, I said, this is one of my hacks. It says, could you do an audit of this site and tell me what's missing from context and what to add to make it better? Also use anything from this. This is actually a page in Notion where I have gathered all of the information I gathered about website design over the years. I had it all in one page and I just linked over to that page. And you can see here that it gave me an answer. It took about 3 minutes for that to work. It told me what my highest priorities were, what I was missing context on, and accessibility, and then basically all of this stuff. So this is what its recommendations was. It asked me a few questions, and then I said, make all the changes. So you can see it's been working for 11 minutes now. It's going all that. It's finding errors. All requested edits are saved in Webflow. Webflow is temporarily rate limiting the publish, so it's giving it a moment. But this is really cool. So if I even scroll back even further, I had added all, look, you can see, this is all in one shot, right? I'm gonna scroll all the way back. This is all in one, there's a lot of context. I should probably start a new chat. But you can see that I had questions about CNAMEs in Webflow and in Cloudflare. So that's kind of how I started this chat. I should probably start a new chat. So it had like a lot of questions. I asked how to do it myself. I said, can you do a website audit, looking for errors, editing mistakes? So I've done this a few times now, and the first time there were broken links. So it actually allowed me to do that. But let me go back to one of my original ones. I think I can do this while it's still working in the background. One thing is it won't work if you have both of these open, so you're gonna have to go back. So one of the things that happened when I first started trying this out was I was having issues with my logo not appearing. So that's kind of how I moved into this world, was I just said, hey, why is my logo not showing up? Because I was like, oh, it's gonna help me with this. Then I started doing that. It did it, and it worked. There was some setting that wasn't right. And then I said, can you do an audit on my homepage? And it really, really went in. It recommended a different layout. It also gave me my colors, fonts, that sort of thing. So this is what all it did. I said, make all those changes. So then, as you can see, I asked it to add my Substack. It's asking all these things. And then I'm just going through and saying yes to everything. The homepage is redesigned, all that stuff. I said, can you remove the logos of the companies and the words? It was basically like a back and forth talking to it. I ask it what's missing from the page, have it rewrite it, create different pages. I also gave it testimonials from my Notion, so I added some more testimonials, and then I have to go over here and click publish. Publish to the selected domains. So one thing that's cool about this that's different than Claude is you can actually add images, which you can't really do very well in Claude. So if I go here, you can see I have all of my assets. I have them organized into folders. So for example, these are photos of me. I have photos of me speaking. So it was able to go through my images and find images that worked on the page, which is different than a lot of these other tools. I'm not even sure about things like Lovable and stuff, but basically it made all these changes. I asked, it says there's a bunch of white space, and so I had it redo the menu for me. So this is where it recommended. So again, I'm giving feedback, but I'm also listening to its advice. I changed the drop down option. I said, redo this page. So I'd go page by page. I say, redo this page to make it fit better with my colors and look better. And that was my about page. I rebuilt the about page and then it looked weird. So then I said, okay, you're right. The photos are weird. I said, redo this page to make it more interesting. So that was my Zoom page. So if I go over to my Zoom page, I can show you what it looked like before, but basically it looks a lot better now. It was literally just like an orange image with a button. It was so bad. So now it's actually kind of interesting. And then I said, make sure that this is all my palette. I have now since moved this into a different folder. I said, update the menu to be bigger text. That was the other thing, was the text was too small. So then I had it change so again, all this I could have done myself in the code, but I am still new to Webflow and I wanted to update it. So you can see that literally, look at this, redo this page, I hate it. So like all these things, sometimes the first draft would look really bad. Sometimes I said, this looks too much like other pages, make it more interesting. I don't love it. I like the last one a bit more. I don't like the circle thing, maybe add a photo or something. So again, and these are probably not the best prompts, but it got the job done. So I spent literally an entire thing going through. You can see how many prompts I have. I said, redo this page, change the menu to the other one, and just overall redo this page. This page is the money maker. So please work to make sure this is clear. I like the white space and backgrounds and just make it a no-brainer. So you can see all of the things it did. So again, this is a lot of back and forth. This is what vibe coding is. Obviously I'm giving feedback, but a lot of times it's like there's a lot to it. And that is great. So this took me several hours of going back and forth with ChatGPT to get to where I'm at now. Now I have my entire website here. This is all of my Notion pages, and then these are all of my video pages. This one I'm probably going to delete because I don't need it. I have a regular about page. But you can see here, it even added my terms and conditions. It made it look actually kind of nice. It's not just like a basic white page, right? It made that for me. It wrote that out because every website needs at least a privacy policy, the date that I made it. This is how information is collected. It's very, very helpful to have. And then I also have them, as you can see on the footer here. I just made sure to add it to every page. And then I actually have my footer be super, super simple and something that's easy to see. But what's cool about this also is it's now easy to be seen on mobile. So now I can actually see what it looks like on mobile, which before, when I actually first launched this, the website menu was really off on mobile. So then I had to go back and redo the menu. So again, always ask in your description to check for mobile as well. So now when I'm with people, I could say, oh, go to the menu and click on my Substack, and then you can sign up right there. So if I'm literally standing with someone, this has been so, so helpful for me. Anyways, that's basically it. Like, if you just sign up through Webflow to your website, connect it to chat, all you do is you just talk to it like it's a human or like it's a thing that you want to make changes to. And it's powerful, powerful. Now, again, I don't love some of it, and so I am going to be redoing it, but this was a really, really, really good first draft, and I'm definitely going to keep tweaking and changing until it's exactly how I want it, but I'm actually very, very proud of this website. I think it looks good. I'm actually happy with it. I feel like it's clear. Again, I don't want to spend forever on my website. Like, this is something that I want to just have one and done in a sense. And obviously if I add more things, I will, but this is super helpful. It also told me what images of myself I would need. And eventually I'm going to get some new real headshots. And so then I know what to put on this website and what's missing. So anyways, the next step is I'm going to add some more videos back into it, and then it'll mostly be done. And I'm really, really happy with it. So if you have any questions, make sure to ask me, let me know. Otherwise, this is a super, super easy way to make a website. Honestly, you don't need to be a rocket scientist to do this. And it's really great. It's going to help a lot of businesses, I think, that need this. So if you are trying to build your own website for yourself and you don't know what you're doing, you're not a web designer, highly recommend this process because it's very, very simple.